Welcome to this video on dictionaries. Now, dictionaries are a built-in Python data structure from mapping keys to values. Okay, so what do I mean by that? As always, let's look at this with the help of an example. Now, this is again a collection data structure, but instead of having just a sequence of numbers or strings or floats or a mix of a bunch of them, we have a key, which means in this case it is 1, and then separated by a colon, and then a corresponding value separated by a comma. So this is a key value pair, and then this is another key value pair, and then this is the third key value pair. So in this case, 1, 2, and 3 are the keys, that is ONE, TWO, and THREE are the keys, and numeric 1, 2, 3 are the corresponding values. Now values are accessed via square brackets, again similar to the syntax that you've previously seen with lists and strings. Okay, so we have the numbers dictionary this time, and just like accessing a list, I'm inputting a key, right? So what will this give me? This will give me the corresponding value. Okay, so for alphabet 1, it will give me the numeric 1. Okay, sorry, I did not run this piece of code before accessing it, so I'll take it for a quick spin and then rerun this code, and you'll be able to see that I get back the value. Okay, so we can use the same syntax to add another key value pair. Okay, so I take the numbers dictionary and then I specify a key of my own, and then I say assign it to 11. And if I print this, there will be 4 elements, 1, 2, 3, and then there'll be one more thing, 11. Or we can modify an existing value. So I take the number 1 and assign it the value of Pluto instead of what it was before, right? Now, it turns out you can also go as crazy with dictionaries as you can with strings. So we have something called dictionary comprehensions as well. So Python has dictionary comprehensions with a syntax that is very similar to the list comprehensions that we saw in the previous tutorial. So what I can do here is, for planet and planets, just like a list comprehension, instead of picking up one element, I'll have to specify a key value pair, since these are dictionaries that we're dealing with. So I can take the whole planet as a key, and then I can take the first element of that planet, or element means the first character of that planet, as value, and then wrap the whole thing up in curly braces this time. No square braces, because this is a dictionary comprehension. Okay, so if I print this, you'll see that Mercury will have a meaning, will have a key of M, Venus will have a key of V, and so on and so forth. Right? Now, just like searching for stuff in lists, I can search stuff in dictionaries. And if you might ask, look, dictionary are a key value pairs, where will this search? This will search only in keys. Okay, so this syntax will only search in the keys, it won't search in the values, so be careful with that. So if I have this syntax, Saturn in planet to initial, this will yield to true because we have this particular key present. Okay, if I search for a value that is supposed to be present, I'll get a false. So just be careful with that. It only searches in the keys. Next up, if I search for an unknown thing that is not present, it will evaluate false, obviously. Right? Now, a for loop over a dictionary again will iterate over the keys. Okay, so for k in numbers, numbers is a dictionary. I have string formatting in place here. So I format it as the key itself, and then I'm accessing the dictionary through that key. So basically, this numbers of k will give me the corresponding value for the key k. Okay, so 1 equals Pluto, 2 equals 2, 3 equals 3, 11 equals 11. Okay, so that's how this thing will work. Now I have some specialized functions that is meant only for dictionaries. I can grab all of the keys and represent them as a list. So if I say, let's say the numbers dictionary, I want only the keys, they will give me all of the keys. So alphabet 1, 2, 3, and 11. Okay. If I say I only want the values, it will give me Pluto 2, 3, 11. Okay. Now I can take that and manipulate it even further, right? I can sort them all of the values and then do a delimiter and then a join to get one complete string of all the values in the dictionary, right? So if you remember the Planet 2 initial dictionary, we had all of the abbreviations present as part of the values, right? So E, J, M, and so on and so forth, right? So we sort them first. That means they will come alphabetically, and then I join them using a space delimiter. So each character is spaced by a white space. Okay. Now, one more thing that I wanted to discuss, or rather one last thing for this video I wanted to discuss, was the items accessor in a dictionary. Now, we have seen that first of all, dictionary is a key value pair, and either you go in one direction of accessing the keys or you go in another direction of accessing the values. What if I want them side by side? What if I want to iterate through them together, right? So that's where items come into the picture. So what will happen is you take the dictionary and then do a .items accessor, and then for one particular variable, you have two variables in place, and now the first one is going to represent the key and the second one is going to represent the value. So each item will give me a tuple that has keys and values as each element of the tuple. So you can see dict items, and then there's a tuple, Mercury, the key, along with its corresponding value M, and then Venus with its corresponding value, and so on and so forth. Now, if I iterate over this, I can say, let this be the planet, and then let this be the initial. Okay. So you can take this, iterate through it, and then again do further string formatting to print what you want. Okay. So again, I've got all the links to the full documentation in these corresponding notebooks. So once you get them, just make sure you give it a full read so that you know what you're talking about. So that was again a quick one on dictionaries. Hope you enjoyed it. For any other assistance, you can always access the help function for dictionaries. Okay. So that's it from my end for this video. Thank you so much.